Slot car adventurers, it's time at last to reveal the rock band slot car scenery installation. Now this project began quite some time ago when Brisbane's own 3D printing maestro, Dave Moonshine Volk, started putting the band together for me. Literally. As you can see here, it took quite a lot of effort just for those band members and the amps. And seeing these pictures back, I never even realised they were all in little pieces. I thought they were printed as one piece. But there you have it. He's meticulously assembled them. And then I've gone and painted them in my black and red band colours. He also printed off a whole bunch of audience members, so I've been very busy. Yeah, late night at the new dining table, and I was very careful to put a nice big thick plastic cover over it. Magnetic Racing sent me a couple of portaloos. I've put them together and painted them blue. It's a blue loo. Remember that ad? No? Oh, never mind. Well, the stage has come together nicely. Got these awesome bikers from Wasp Slot. And doesn't it look realistic sitting outside there like that? Okay, this project is just going from strength to strength and getting bigger and bigger, more and more difficult. Oh, boy, oh boy. So I've got the burgers and the merch in place. We've got our own little Galaga machine and player. People sitting up on the thing there, people down there, people inside. Burger chef on that side. Now, over here, the burger chef has come out because here's the big cheese. Here's the big cheese with his gold digger girlfriend on his arm. He's saying, "Oh, we've run out of bloody hamburgers." Well, you should have made more, shouldn't you? Yeah, he's got his cup of coffee in hand. Next to him's the dude playing Galaga. Nearly did Pac-Man, but thought Galaga. This lady's been waiting on her fucking burgers. Has been waiting. The show's started. Hands on the hip. Here's your burgers, lady. And she's like, "Yeah, fuck off." Yeah, there's all sorts of shenanigans going on. We've got the bikers. They are the muscle. They're the roadies. They're there to, you better bloody behave yourselves or we'll run you over. We'll drag you behind the bike. Everyone's got a story here. Here's the lady. She's like these orange vests. They work on site. There's a photographer, and she's yelling at, "Hey, you! Stop doing that!" And we got someone here doing something. Focus. Yeah. Yeah. Who's that in the middle? Maybe he needs a logo on the back so we know who he is. There's all that happening over this end. Oh, this idiot's been drinking in the bar before the show started. He gets out here, the band kicks in, 110 decibel sound pressure level, punches him in the nuts. He's on all fours throwing up, and look, oh, there's carrots and peas and corn in there. This guy's pissed too. He's wondering, oh, I've got to go the fucking dunny. This guy's decided to sit on the dunny and block the door. We've got nuts and bolts there. This guy's bought something. This guy, refreshments, he's given himself, looks like a bottle of wine, could be anything. There's drink machine. I got rid of the X-rated stuff and just put two weirdos. We've got our fire barrels. I've got to light the LEDs up. They're going to look cool. Oh, and I've got the NSR signage, the skirt and the front there. Looking good. Very, very interesting. Lots going on. And this is just one side of the street. We've got more like this going on the opposite side of the street, behind the pit garages. So lots to do. Yeah, this is going to take quite some time, but it's definitely coming together. The stage module is finished. It all comes down to just one hookup cable. Dead easy, iPad on top. But even without the iPad, I've got the red flashes in the front there. And we're still not seeing the phone video screen. It's got to be charged. Now, also there'll be on the far left and right of the stage. Out front will be the burners, the barrels. So, yeah, I didn't want to go too crazy because it is a slot car track. You don't want to be distracted by this bloody, ridiculous light show going on in the middle of your layout. So I had to show restraint. I think the iPad was a great stumbling on that, great fluke. But normally that won't even be there. And these lights will just be on with the red flashes. It's all you need, really, with the... like when I'm not on YouTube, you can just pick a concert off of YouTube. When you're in there racing by yourself or with people, pick a concert, put the video in loop mode and turn it up, and it'll sound like the music's emanating from the stage, but that's all you need. It's not too bright, not too distracting, but I really love just the way everything came together on the stage, the positioning, just the form of everything. And I love the fact there's no bloody mic stands or microphones in the way. I wish bands would clean up their stages like this. They could just wear those little headset things if they're doing backing vocals. No bloody mic stands to trip over. Nice clean stage, eh? I'll be putting this in place tomorrow morning after I pull the other cables through, hook them up, I'll put this in, and it's basically installed then. And then it's just a matter of dressing up the area around it and start planning the bloody shots. Oh, I better get in and knock out a song too, eh? Yeah, better get that happening.
Yes, indeed. For a little bit of extra fun, I decided to compose a little ditty just for this big reveal. A special little ditty for all the slot car enthusiasts and adventurers, both near and far. Actually, it got me off my arse and into the studio, and I finally made some new music after all this time. Having put the bass line down, it was all fun and games with a whole bunch of different guitar parts. Here I'm doing the left side guitar part, and this guitar sound is pretty happening. Very happy with it. Well, the song is finished as far as recording is concerned. There's, where are we? Lots of tracks. Those are all vocals, and it's all me. Like the Freddie Mercury of slot cars. No, I'm not Freddie Mercury, I'm John Bon Jovi, yeah. David Coverdale. Here I go again, that's more like it. Yeah, not Freddie Mercury. But I did all the vocals, and what do we got? That big boggy poo one, that's the bass. I always make it brown. They're my lead vocals, the bright blue ones. We can zoom right into these. These are the drums. So this is the multi-track drums. Let's have a look. We got kick. Oh, that's kicking. And then went down. I arranged them like this. Snare is next. Yeah, exciting, isn't it? And then when I've got all the different drums. What have I got? We've got, there's a hi-hat. Let's have a listen to the hi-hat. Now, when you put them all together, there's a whole batch. There's overheads, there's some compressed room ambience, there's a mono one, more room ambience, all the different mic positions. And I haven't added any effects to this, like a reverb yet, but together all the drum sounds sound like this. There we go. Nice, it's sounding huge. Now this is my bass. This is my Fender Precision bass. Love this instrument, sounds good. And for this, given that it's a big rock song, there's big guitars, I used a big bass pick to play this rather than just fingers, so it cuts through. Otherwise you hardly hear it.
Lovely bass tone out of that thing. Now the bass with the drums together. So, drums and bass coming together. I'll pull up the guitar sound next. Now, probably won't have any effects on the bass. It'll just be pumping along the bottom there. I'll put a small, maybe a reverb plate over the drums, not entirely. Remember, this is a live performance. Well, a simulate. Well, that's me playing all the instruments. Well, the drums I use Superior Drummer. It's not a drum machine or a sampler or anything. It's hard to explain. It's like very sophisticated. Real drummers recorded in real studios with real mics, and they've somehow digitized the lot, and then you can even manipulate it after the fact. Once you finish manipulating it, you do a digital bounce, and it creates all the tracks like that. It's as if I had a real drummer here, mic'd up, sitting in the room, and it's multi-track like a typical session. I find it's the best drum production tool if it's the next best thing to having a real drummer. Like, it is a real drummer, sort of. Well, yeah, the end result, it's a real drummer in a real studio, a real kit. And this one, I believe, folks, the drummer we're listening to and the drum sounds, you want to know who he is? Now, don't hate me for this, because some of you hate this band, some of you love this band. It's the original drummer from Nickelback. That's right, I've got the Nickelback drummer playing on this track. Yes, I kid you not. Seriously, the original drummer from Nickelback. That's a different version of the band, I guess. Yeah. So let's not say Nickelback too many times, because people are starting to throw up like that little guy in the in the audience. Maybe that's why he's throwing up. I don't mind the band. Well, yeah, the earlier stuff. I don't like the newer stuff, but yeah, they get a really good studio mix. So what else have we got? The guitars are here. Oh, there's the vocals. I've got some guitar. Here's my guitar tracks down here. Let's have a look at that. Holy shit! That sounds friggin' awesome. Woo! Let's have a listen. And that guitar is the white Les Paul. And then I've already packed it away, but this guitar here, and I could make that bigger. That is the Flowing V that I built. Remember that back last year? So it's got a different sound. You put the two together, and boy, the Les Paul sounds absolutely filthy. Okay, yes, you've never ever heard a guitarist say this, but I think we need to turn the guitars down. Well, slot car adventurers, some of you have been waiting and waiting and waiting for this rock band slot car scenery installation. It's finally here. It's finally done. I'm looking at it right there. No, you can't look. No, come back here. Yeah, it's happening. It's ready to go. This week, I tell you, it's a blur. I've had a couple of all-nighters shooting, because I can't shoot this thing during the day because the daylight is creeping sort of through and affecting the lighting. Yeah, I'm being very particular. So during the day, I was working on the music and other things, and I've had a lot of trouble.
during shooting, I had trouble synchronising things. Had a couple of little mishaps, nearly accidentally destroyed the whole stage, which would have meant this just wouldn't be happening. And as I'm standing here recording this, I realise there's still a few more shots I've forgotten I need to put in. So yeah, anything could still happen. Let's keep our fingers crossed that it all worked out, hey? Amazing project, and I don't know how to top this one. Like, there's lots of really cool things. The chute, the Ferris wheel, the mine shaft mountain, the Mad Max thing. I've got one more space to fill over there with a major build project that'll come in a few weeks' time. And then lots of little things, lots of little touches, more people to paint. Oh my God, I'm just not good at it. Yeah, we need Tara King to move in and just set up over in the corner there, and that could be a painting station. What do you reckon, Tara? And you just paint. Yeah, we'll just slip some pizza under the door, leave you to it. Yeah, no, doesn't sound too appealing. Okay, yeah, I know, it's a tough one, folks. Yeah, I don't know how this one's going to be topped. Honestly, I don't know. I think we've reached the pinnacle. This is the pinnacle. I'm very happy with it. The real challenge is, how do you take an inanimate object? Basically, it's a bunch of inanimate objects on one spot. How do you take a bunch of inanimate objects and just bring it to life? That was the challenge. And the trick is, while we can't move the inanimate object, we can always have things moving around it. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah. Would you like to see? Would you like to see what I did? Okay, let's do it, folks. You've waited long enough. Slot car adventurers, maximise your screen, turn up the sound, get ready to upset the neighbours, get ready to lose your frickin' minds. I give you Slot Car Racer. Well, folks, how was that? Yikes! I think there was actual stunt Hughesies in that one there. Yeah. I've dismantled this for the moment. I've taken the screen out to recharge it, and also the iPad on top. I've given that a recharge as well. But folks, there it is, all in place. And looking pretty cool as a centerpiece of the layout. Very happy with it. This is the next challenge here. Big open space to work with, and then a whole bunch of little bits and pieces. So, slot car adventurers, thanks for hanging around. Thanks for being patient. Thanks for waiting for the rock band. Massive thank you to Dave Volk, the maestro, Brisbane's own Moonshine Dave, with the printing of the figures and bits and pieces. I'd actually like to thank AliExpress for the little stage kit. They're cool. You can get, they're only about $20 on AliExpress. I believe there's 2 sizes. Who else? Shotgun Dave for, well, the car. That had nothing to do with it this time around, but thanks, Dave. It's awesome. Tara at 132 scale, strictly figures. He sent over the patent figure. That's why I'm thinking Shotgun Dave. Shotgun Dave sent the 3-legged chicken. And who else? Andrew Richardson sent this car, and that's supposed to be his mate Charles. He's sitting up there with Pat watching the show. I wonder if you picked up on that, Andrew. And these cars are crashing. Oh, what have we got going? Oh no, they sorted themselves out. One's gone missing though. Where is it? We'll find it. Thank you to Slot Car Wildman. He sent me quite a few things that were featured in there. The Dr. Kinky drink machine for starters. Magnetic racing, of course. All these wonderful buildings that just, and signs and toilets. And some of the figures are magnetic racing figures as well. Majority of them are Dave Volk. And that's all I can think of at the moment. God, I hope I haven't forgotten anybody. But folks, what a job. Once again, a whole bunch of us throwing our talents at this thing, and look what you can do when you work together. Love the way it just seamlessly connects to the Mad Max thing. Very cool. And, you know, it might be just my humble opinion, but I think it turned out pretty good. What do you think? Now, I'll also be uploading a standalone of just the music video probably next week. So some people have asked me, oh, where's your music? Can we get you? No, the streaming services and all that these days, they take everything and give the artists nothing. So, no. If you want to get your hands on the song, you don't have to. It's right here on YouTube. So I'll have a song-only standalone upload next week, and whenever you want to hear the track or watch the video, you just come back to the channel, hit the save button if you like, save it to your folder, just watch it whenever you like. Yeah, you don't have to buy it, you don't have to download it, it's here for free whenever you like. So yeah, alright folks, well, thanks once again. I hope you really enjoyed that. I bet you some of you are going to go and watch it again, aren't you? Yeah. Some of you are going, oh, bloody Nickelback drummer. Yeah, get over yourselves. Folks, have a great Easter. Have a great break. And I'll see you again maybe in a couple of weeks. I think I might have a week off after this one. This one was over the top. Yeah, I deserve a break. At least 1 week, eh? Probably see you next on the Aussie Slot Car Show live. If not, we'll see you eventually at some point for more Hughes Garage Slot Car Adventures.